I watch in the camera?
Go for it.
Okay. My name is Borsehberg. I'm one of the co-founders, CEO and one of the pilots of Solar Impulse.
Tell us a little about your flight yesterday. You were 16 hours in the air.
Yesterday was the first time that I flew Solar Impulse after my long flight over the Pacific, 5 days, 5 nights. So in some ways it was going back to a good friend of mine, because when you fly 5 days, 5 nights in an airplane, you really create a relationship, something special. The airplane protects you. I had to make sure that the airplane had enough energy to be able to go through the night. The airplane had to allow me to, if I can put it this way, to rest as well. So I had to trust it, and so both together, in fact, we made it. So I mean, sitting back, in fact, in this cockpit was bringing so great memories to me.
Tell us a little bit about your experience in other aircraft that you've flown.
I think every aircraft is different as its personality. I've been flying airplanes, I've been flying helicopters, light one, faster one. I had the chance to be in the Swiss Air Force, and I guess to learn what really aviation is about. Because what I found fascinating in the Air Force is that, contrary maybe to civilian aviation, the goal in the Air Force is to reach an objective. So it's not a matter of taking risk, but it's a matter of evaluating a situation and trying to do the best out of it. And I like that. So not just to stick to a book because the book says to do something. It was really to try to make the maximum of what we have available to achieve our goal. And this fascinated me, and I think I really learned there so much, which helped me in this kind of project. Because here you are in the unknown. You never know really what will happen. I mean, of course you plan, of course you imagine, of course you test, you try. But at the end, in fact, you go in something which was never done, and you need to discover, and you really need to have the right mindset. And I guess what I learned in this Air Force was extremely helpful.
Tell us a little about your battery problems.
I think everybody knows that we had an issue with the batteries. So on one side it was interesting, it's not a question of technology, because the batteries work well since 5 years. The first airplane and this airplane, no single issue. The problem was that we did decide, when we designed this airplane, not to integrate any cooling system. We wanted to keep the airplane simple, because if you add a new system, you had another potential failure. And in Japan I had to do a flight which was different from what we had planned in terms of mission. And it led, in fact, to push the battery temperature close to the limits, and for safety reasons we decided on one side to change it, but we also decided that we had the time to build the cooling system, which is now integrated, to give us the flexibility that we didn't think we would need when we designed the airplane.
What are some of the major changes you made on this second version compared to your first one?
Well, the only change we made is to have this cooling system to provide more flexibility. I think if we would stick to the mission we do like yesterday, or what we do in the future, there would be no need to do it. But as we had the time, we thought, okay, let's integrate it. The batteries are the same technology, so basically same solution. They have the same weight, the same capacity. The airplane you can consider is really very similar, it's exactly the same as what we had last year.
Are there any plans to make a two-seater out of this?
In our dreams, yes, because if we could fly around the world non-stop, could be something extremely interesting to develop. But we have to realize that it took about 60 years from the first time that someone did a flight around the world with stopovers until Dick Rutan could do it, I think it was in 1986, could do it non-stop for about 9 days, and there were two, of course, in the aircraft, so they could alternate at least partly, because I think he didn't let so much the flight control to its partner at the time.
What is your biggest challenge?
depends what you talk about, but the biggest challenge now is not to become complacent, because we demonstrated that we can fly day and night, that we can fly 5 days, 5 nights, which was the longest flight we have to do over the Pacific. So the technology works. The airplane is capable of doing it. We have the performance. We know how to plan the flight so that it really happens, and we know that the pilot can sustain it. This was also, of course, one question: is can we make the pilot sustainable? And I could have continued when I landed in Hawaii. I could certainly have continued 1 or 2 more days without any problem. So now we know that it works. We know it's doable. So it's a big change from the past. And we have to be careful not to think that we know everything and now we can, start to take risks. So really not to be complacent and keep the focus, the concentration up to the last minute.
Tell us something that the general public doesn't know about yourself.
Yeah, but in this case you need quite a lot of time, because I'm not very open. I think the general public doesn't know that I have 2 granddaughters, and one was born a week ago. And the general public doesn't know that I didn't see her neither, so I was tempted yesterday to keep going flying to Switzerland to be able to give her a big hug.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
It's a great pleasure.